Rollin' with Murph is proudly sponsored by Active Mobility Center in Pompano, Florida, maximizing your abilities since 1992.
Top of the morning to you. It's Danny Murphy rolling into Tim Finnegans' Irish Pub on Federal Highway. Before we meet and talk to Tim Finnegans' gracious owner, her staff and happy patrons, let's do the A to B test to see how easy it is for me to park and get into the restaurant. Have you ever wondered what these raised dots are on the sidewalks? They are detectable warnings for determining the boundary between the sidewalk and the street for people with visual disabilities. This is a great start for anyone with a mobility challenge. A friendly person offering up a little help and making you feel welcome. Once inside Finnegans, getting around is simple, and there's plenty of space to move about the restaurant. In fact, the only thing that I'd suggest are a few low-top tables in the bar area, so I can join my Irish friends for a pint of gat. There are many things that make Finnegans a treasure, especially owner Lisa Walsh, an Irish lass with lots of class.
You know, the pub's like an extension. This is my living room, so when people come in, I feel like they're coming into my home. And everybody's welcome, all different age groups. We like families here, we have older clientele, we have younger, we have everybody hanging together.
Right.
You know, and when I was growing up, like a lot of our events were always at the pub. It was a christening, a wake, a funeral, a birthday party. Every event focused around the pub.
So that's why it is so traditional.
Absolutely.
Okay. Now the name of this place is called Finnegans, and your name is Walsh.
Correct.
So how did Tim Finnegan come about?
Tim Finnegan is a character from one of the great Irish writers, James Joyce, who wrote Finnegan's Wake. And it's a pretty tough book to read, but what I get from it is the celebration of, birth, life, death in the Irish culture, and that's kind of what we do a lot of here. We celebrate no matter what.
Right.
I started working in the pubs probably when I was 17 years old. So I'm not going to tell you how old I am now, Murphy. It's been a while.
I know your menu's a little bit different. It has some unique qualities about it.
Thank you.
Can you tell us a little bit about what makes yours as traditional Irish, but a little neat and different
twist.
too? Yeah.
It's very simple food, but it can be done really badly. We have a fabulous chef that I worked with in Manhattan, and when I go in his kitchen, I have the smells and the tastes of my kitchen that I grew up in.
Speaking of whiskey, do you have any special whiskeys?
I think, I'm not going to brag, but I would like to think that we have the largest selection of Irish whiskeys anywhere in South Florida.
Now, I've heard a little bit of I don't know if it's Blarney or not, but I hear there's a little bit of magic at Tim Finnegans. If you just think real hard about a wish you might have, it comes true here.
Absolutely.
Oh, very nice.
Sláinte, Mr. Murphy.
All right, here's to you. Don't spill it. Don't spill it out.
Sláinte.
Well, is there something different? If you go to Ireland, you get the exact same beer?
The Guinness is imported. I think I have to say it's a little creamier. For some reason, don't ask me why. It seems to be a little creamier over there in Ireland. But it travels pretty good, and we keep it in its own refrigeration box. It's a little warmer than some of the lagers.
Right.
On the temperature, but it has to be poured correctly, and you have to wait for Guinness. It's a tease.
Very nice.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Finnegans. Nice to be with us. We're the Fenians. We hope you enjoy the show tonight.
On Fridays, we like to mix it up a little, and we could have jazz, blues, funk, rock, a little, mixture for everybody. And then on Saturdays, we try to traditionally have Irish Celtic rock bands or ballad singers, but definitely with the roots in the Irish music, Irish folk, Irish Celtic rock.
You can tell this by looking at you. You're from Ireland too.
Yes, Midtown.
Else might be special for our viewers to check out when they come in.
Our mahi mahi is one of the good dishes that it goes out. Especially corned beef and cabbage. If you remember, St. Patrick's Day, we only sold about 1,850 pounds.
I have to say the fish and chips. Great portion. Love the chef.
It's a homemade fish and chips beer batter. We make it every day. It's like it's a special recipe. I got it from New York.
Really?
Yes, sir.
Fish and chips or fish and mash. That's my favorite. Yeah.
Every week I try something different, particularly the fish and chips, but tonight I tried the bangers and mash.
And I just had bangers and mash and it was delicious.
Food is great, the atmosphere is wonderful.
The atmosphere, it's relaxed, and drinks are good, and the staff is friendly, and the food.
I come to Tim Finnegans for the atmosphere. Coming from County Galway in the west coast of Ireland, I've lived here in South Florida for 22 years, and I find that it's an extension of home. Family atmosphere, the food is phenomenal.
You know what? I'm kind of in the mood for singing a little bit of Donny Boy. What do you think?
Oh, Donny Boy, the pipes are calling.
How about Bono? Think we can get it?
Bono.
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 Oh, shut up.
Number one. Summer's gone, and
Don't listen to him. He's not doing the interview. But I heard the buffalo. There's a buffalo rap that's really good.
It is a buffalo wrap, yes.
Different, over in Ireland, which I've never been to yet, but I hope to soon.
I'll take you.
But is it? You will. But you certainly come across as a fine Irishman.
Thank you very much indeed. Is there any other kind?
I never kiss and tell. Met him a few years back, but I never kiss and tell.
So that means when the cameras are off, you'll tell me a little bit more?
I'll tell you when the cameras are off, Murphy.
Now this is my favorite part of the show.